Welcome to Married to Portuguese. On each episode, my English-Irish husband, Bob, and I discuss and laugh about our life and adventures in the Portuguese culture.
Bom dia. I made you wait for it.
Bom dia. And it didn't make me jump this time, so that's a good thing.
Well, I was looking you in the eye when I clapped my hands.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Well, welcome back.
Welcome back. So, a week or so ago, episode-wise,
Yes.
we kind of talked about the launch of the book, the journey to get the book published, and we've had since then, we've had some great conversations with folks at the book signings and other events about the book itself. And I get asked questions like, so what are your favorite recipes?
You do get asked that a lot.
From the books. I chat people up who are in line and ask people how to spell their names and write that out on a card for you.
I'm a horrible speller.
So we try to be efficient. Well, you know, it's difficult with names because there are so many ways to spell names.
There is different variations of, yes.
So, to be fair and to speed things up, it's just easier to get it.
Yeah, but the other day, her name was Gina, and I know it was Gina, and I went Giny. I mean, really. I'm like...
Well, that's Slovakian. So, like I said, there's lots of ways to do it. By then, you had signed a lot of books.
I did. It was a long line, and I was like, Gina, and I didn't even look at the card. That's the whole thing. I didn't even look at the card.
I don't know why I'm writing them out if you're not even going to look at them.
Well, because... yeah, you are correct, 100%. So yeah, but it's been wonderful. It's been really wonderful.
Yes, so love doing the book signings. It's a lot of fun for both of us. So thank you for everybody for coming out. But so what are some of my favorite recipes in the new book At My Portuguese Table?
Well, we know what your favorite ones are in the first one.
In this book, we're going to go right to page 24, which is your mom's beans recipe.
Oh, the baked beans.
Baked beans recipe. Now, it is a hearty food.
Oh, yeah.
And it is best made a day or so in advance. Let it cool down, refrigerate, reheat it.
Yeah.
It's terrific. It's great right out of the pan, too. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, it is.
So it's terrific as a side dish. It's great in a pop as a sandwich.
I know. We put that. I wrote that down in the book, and people are like, you know, you like it in a sandwich? I'm like, oh, yeah, a bean sandwich. This kind of bean sandwich? Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So I love all of the soup. So, but especially, we haven't made that fava broad bean stew in a while. That's a real good one.
Oh, that is a good one.
As is the quick stewed beans.
That's a good one.
That's a real good one. So really good on that one. All of the breads are good. Remember we made the linguiça rolls?
Oh, that was so good.
That came out really good too.
Yeah, it's delicious. Someone was asking me the other day, they're like, oh, you didn't put cheese in yours? And I'm like, well, I was taught to do it with just linguiça in it. And she goes, oh, I noticed when I was in the Azores, they don't put or in Portugal, they don't put cheese in the linguiça or chorizo rolls. And some people do, not everybody, but if you wanted to add that, it's easy to add some topo in that or any other kind of cheese that's good for melting in there.
And then, I think it was Ray at Titcomb's. She just made this tuna with the tomato rice.
Oh yeah, that's
really
good.
Is so good. So the two tuna recipes are really good. The chickpea and tuna salad that we do in the summertime is always a home.
Oh, always a home run.
Easy and really like that one. And then when we get past the breads are all good. The crackling bread's really good too.
The crackling bread is good too.
And pork, everything here is good. It's hard to pull out one like the beer biscuits. So we should have had some with us here to show them off today. We weren't thinking.
No.
So we were in the Azores a couple summers ago.
More than that.
It doesn't matter.
Oh. It's more than that.
It just doesn't matter. Well, it would have been 2018 when we were there for the weddings.
Okay.
Because the kids were with us.
Yes.
And we had, I don't know where we picked up the beer biscuits for the first time, and we were blown away at how good they are. A little salty,
because it's got the flavor of the beer, so whatever beer you like, it's going to be the beer you're going to taste in it.
Yeah, they were.
And when you make the dough, when you rolling it, you roll it in the sugar, and then before you put it in the oven, you put more, you roll the top with more, a little bit of sugar, and that's it for sugar. And when you bite into it, it's just a nice crunch, and it has that little flavor of the beer in it. Yeah. And it's dangerous because it's so good.
And they're real easy to make. They're no harder to make really than the biscuits.
No.
Just like one extra step. You can use the beer that you like to drink, which is fine. So, you know, they're the step up from biscuits because they're sweet. So if you like that crunch, a little bit dry, but want something sweet, the beer biscuits are a great way to go.
Really good.
Yeah. The Donna Amelia Queen cakes are terrific. Love those.
Those are good.
I like the new one that you make, the one egg cake, the Salazar's cake.
That came out. How can I explain it? I had pretty much. This is the story behind that recipe, for those that want to know. I had pretty much finished the book because it's over 200 pages, and so with doing the book, I'm like, okay, I've got enough. I have more than 100 recipes. I'm fine. I should be okay. You know, because you've got to have at least like 75 to 100 for a book. And I was pretty much all done. And then I looked through my mom's like notebook that she has that I have. And I was kind of looking through it to see like what else is in there that I would like to make, thinking book 3. That's what I was thinking, because right now I'm halfway through book 3. And so I saw this one that said, in Portuguese translation, it said 1 egg cake. And then on the side, another little note, like, we never called it the dictator's cake, the Bult Salazar, the Salazar cake. It was always the 1 egg cake. And it was like 250 grams of this, that, put it in the oven, like no directions, no anything. And I kind of said to you, I'm like, this is different. Like, I've never heard of it. I don't remember this cake, but I want to make it. I mean, how, it's a 1 egg cake. So I made it. It makes like a tiny cake. It's not a big cake by any means. And it was actually good. And it was nice and dense, so it's nice to have with coffee or tea and all that. So then I started looking on Wikipedia, on Google. I mean, I was like everywhere on this dictator's cake. And I found like an article written in Portugal, like during the time of the dictatorship. And they talked about how every day the dictator would have this cake with his tea for his midday lunch, his snack. And no recipe was on there, but they talked about it. And so he would have this cake.
It's a really simple cake. It's basic ingredients.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, I felt like I've never seen it before. I had never heard of it before. And I thought, okay, I've got to add that to this book. I can't wait for book 3. For whatever reason, I felt it needed to go into this one. And that literally was the very last recipe.
Yeah. If you are hesitant to bake, this is a good place to start.
Yeah, because it's a small little cake. And to know that there's history behind that cake which makes sense, because they were under rations. Sometimes they didn't have, people didn't have this or that or whatever. So it makes perfect sense that it would be a very small, thing.
So it's fun that you've got a variety of different jams.
Yes.
Recipes in there, because you can make jam out of nearly anything vegetable or
fruit. Yes. And that's exactly how I grew up. Any vegetable. So we would have carrot jam or pumpkin jam, tomato jam. I mean, you name it, we can make it a jam. And
they're sweet because you're adding
sugar. It's weight to to sugar. But
if you've never had tomato jam, it is far better than you would imagine.
It really is very good.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end, I've got, some other stuff in there.
But once you learn how to make one jam, you can pretty much make any jam, which is
absolutely
fun. And similar to that, you've got several like bread pudding recipes.
Ah, yes.
And I remember when we went through the bread pudding phase.
Yeah.
And you made bread pudding out of
everything.
Everything. From rye bread.
Oh.
To the Italian fruit cake.
Panettone.
That was amazing.
The panettone, yes.
Plus
that was
any
good.
of the sweetbreads. Like once you learn to make one,
you can do more.
You can do more.
Because it's all about the custard. It's making that egg custard that goes over that bread. And so we had been, what Irish restaurant we've been to?
O'Malley's.
No,
O'Leary's.
No.
O'Callahan's.
I know it's O something, but I can't remember.
Oh, that's racist.
Oh. And they had like a bread pudding that I recreated. And it was with a marble rye, a pumpernickel, and then they added roasted butternut squash in it. And it was out of this world. But the breads, they toasted the bread. So they toasted the bread so the bread wasn't mushy when you went into it. So they toasted like these like nice big breadcrumbs. So the very top, and then they put some brown sugar on top so it caramelized the top. It was like out of this world. And I love bread puddings. I just think it's a wonderful way of not throwing anything away. And then where was I? Where we had, I don't know what we had. And I went, ooh, this would be good with like leftover, sweetbread or leftover, because we do every once in a blue moon have leftover stuff. And one time, and
particularly with breads.
Yeah, particularly with breads. And one time I had made malasadas. And for whatever reason, that year, my girls were like, I'll just have one. Or I'll have half of one. I'll share one with, my sister or whatever. And it'd be like, okay, I made 2 dozen and now we have a dozen left. Who's going to have that? And the next day, it's not as good. And I know people are going to say, oh, just heat it up in the oven or put it in the microwave or whatever. It's not the same. So I thought, let's see how it is as bread pudding. Like, let's make malasada bread pudding.
Newsflash.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
It was incredible.
So it's in here. So I'm like, and then another time I thought, oh, we had donuts.
Oh, that's right.
And that's not in there. You just, again, you would use what you do for the malasada and you would make it and change it up with donuts. But we had an event. We brought all kinds of, we had donuts and then we had all these leftover donuts. And I made a donut one.
That was really good. I noticed there's no pie recipes in here, by the way. Okay, just notice that.
No.
What does a man have to do to get some pie?
I have a tart. I have a chocolate tart.
It's
as close as we get to a pie. It's our tarts.
It's not the same.
That's an amazing tart, too.
Yeah, but it's not a mincemeat pie.
Oh, no, it's not a mincemeat pie. No, sorry.
It's okay. Okay, it's fine. I'm not going to complain about having chocolate tart. I just lost that last thought here. That's right. I was going to mention that you've got the recipe for the hot and cold no-churn ice cream, which is
out of this world.
So good.
Yeah, we had that. Daniela, my cousin Joan's daughter, Daniela, made it for us one year when we were there visiting. And that was several years ago. And it was like, oh my goodness. And I think it was like maybe 11 years ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago because I did a YouTube video.
Yep.
As soon as it was like, what?
I think we even remade that video at one
point. We did
So,
remake it.
But I love ice cream.
Yeah. And it's so easy to substitute with different cookies and
I'm just thinking, my favorite meal may be the same as a 5-year-old. I want pizza, I want ice cream, I'll have some French fries. Like, that could be my favorite meal.
Well, there's no pizza. That's
because technically it's a pie. So there's no pie recipes. Right?
There's no how to make French fries. If you don't know how to make French fries,
well, I probably shouldn't have the French fries.
You probably shouldn't have it. And then, sorry. It's at my Portuguese table. It's not at my Italian table. I'm sorry.
It's not at Bob's table either.
Oh, you're sitting at this table and you've enjoyed everything that's in here. Everything that's in here is made several times to make sure that it comes out exact, so that when you guys are making it,
it's
I know.
Bob gave his stamp of approval.
He said, A-OK.
Yes.
Or my other taste testers.
But now that the whirlwind of cooking is over and the book's published, now I see the things that are missing.
And
we need a reprint.
We want pizza pies.
We need pizza pies.
You're the one
apple pies.
Listen, you're the one who he makes really good pizza.
I probably do.
You do?
Yes.
I don't.
But I'm not going to write a cookbook.
Yeah, but I don't make the pizzas. You make the pizzas. Whenever we do pizza at home, you're the one who does it.
Yeah, I buy the dough. I buy the dough already made. So.
But you've made the dough. You've made it once or twice.
It's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, and that's why when you said, "I'll just buy the dough,"
spend a couple of bucks at the grocery store
and buy the dough. But then you grill it.
Yes, I like to make it on the grill. It's terrific that way.
It is. It is one of the nicest pizzas. It really is. He makes an amazing pizza. Yeah. I mean, maybe you need to come up with a cookbook.
Maybe I do.
Bob's Pie Recipes.
No.
No?
No, I'm not doing that. Maybe I get my own page on your website. Bob's Recipes.
Oh my goodness, no. You get your no. No.
Wow.
No.
Now I see how this is.
Nope. Sorry. It's Portuguese recipes.
So, but maybe what I'll do.
Oh my goodness.
I will type them up, print them. I'll bring some mimeographs. And I'll hand them out at the book signings.
Oh, these are Bob's recipes that he wants to share with you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so for those that are coming to my book signings after Thanksgiving, Bob might have a handout. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that.
I'm very busy, though. Very busy.
So, yeah. So, again, thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Yes.
I also love the fact that it's still #1 on Amazon, which is crazy.
But if you want it personalized.
Yes. If you can't attend any of the book signings, and I know we're doing it basically all in New England, close by,
For
now. And then we'll be doing more in the spring and stuff. But if you want things that are the book to be signed or personalized, besides a book signing, it's on our website. And that's it, hon. It's it.
We ship 3-4 times a week. We ship priority mail.
Yes.
All in the United States. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Canada. No.
It's too complicated and expensive.
It's so expensive.
So we're trying to get the books distributed in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's there. I mean, you've got Amazon Canada that you can get it there. Mm-hmm. Indigo has it as well. And there are some stores, some independent stores that are ordering from my distributor that are going to be selling it. If I'm not mistaken, Ciudad, Toronto will have it.
And in years past with the first book, we tried shipping internationally through other methods, and it was very unsatisfactory for everybody. Again, besides the paperwork and the expense, it took 4 months for the book to get to one location.
It was awful.
And so, that's 4 months of somebody who paid their hard money waiting for it. It's 4 months of us tracking it, waiting for it to go. And once it gets to the other country, we lose it.
Yeah.
We can't
have no
track
control.
it beyond USPS.
We have no control. Oh, and just a little glip on the book. And when there was a little glitch in the system for Amazon. I just need to say this. I've said this now on my page, but I still get people who said, oh, I had pre-ordered it and I got a notice saying that it was sold out. And so I guess what was happening is the book really sold out. Like, I really sold a lot on pre-orders. And I think for those that pre-ordered, the majority of all of you received your book. But there was a few people that got that message. And we can't understand why. We don't know what the glitch was. I have no idea. But I know some of you sent me messages saying they were very disappointed and that they wished that I would have taken care of it. The key is I have no say in Amazon.
Nope.
If the glitch is with Amazon, I have no say whatsoever. They have the books. They sell the books. It comes out of their warehouse. It has nothing to do.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not us selling through Amazon. It is Amazon buying the books from us and shipping.
Yes. It is directly from them. So again, I apologize for, even though I really have no control of it, I apologize if that happened. But there's still some books at Amazon. There shouldn't be a problem, whether it's Amazon Canada or Amazon USA. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we are in Amazon Great Britain.
Yeah, UK.
In the UK, and which also helps with going out into the EU. But we'll go there. We'll go there next. But that's to the next year.
www.azoreangreenbean.com.
Yes.
Buy it from us. We'll sign it. When I say we, Maria will sign it.
Yes.
I'm not signing anything.
No, he's not signing anything.
Excellent. We should wrap this up.
Oh, yeah, it's long enough.
Been long enough.
All right, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great one.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to hear your ideas for topics. Ciao.